In the sprawling, shadow-filled streets of Doskvol, Xavier, a skilled leech with an affinity for technology and a penchant for uncovering secrets, found himself deeply entangled in the machinations of the ciphers, a faction renowned for its technological prowess and clandestine operations. Xavier's talent for tinkering and his insatiable curiosity had made him a key figure in the ciphers. However, his fascination with the city's mysteries would soon lead him down a dangerous path. The trouble began when Xavier learned about the Circle of Flame, a faction notorious for its ability to wreak havoc and destruction. Rumors swirled around a powerful fire weapon they were rumored to possess, capable of turning entire streets to ash. The potential threat this weapon posed to Doskvol, and by extension the ciphers, was grave. Determined to uncover the truth, Xavier resolved to investigate the Circle of Flame and their dangerous arsenal. His quest for answers led him to a dimly lit pub, a common gathering place for those who thrived on gossip and secrets. The air was thick with the scent of smoke and ale, and the murmur of conversation created a low, constant buzz. Xavier approached the barman, a rugged figure with a wary eye, hoping to extract some useful information. "Evening, barman," Xavier said, his voice steady but tinged with urgency. "I've heard whispers about the Circle of Flame. Something about a new fire weapon they've got. Can you tell me more?" The barman eyed Xavier with a mix of suspicion and curiosity. "The Circle of Flame, you say? They've got a fire weapon, all right, something that could make the whole city shiver. But you should be careful. They're not a group to trifle with." Xavier leaned in closer. "I need specifics. Anything you can tell me about this weapon, or where I might find more information." The barman's expression shifted, and he hesitated before speaking. "You might want to try the Ironborn or the Dimmer Sisters alchemists. They deal with the kind of tech and substances you're talking about. But poking into their business can get you in a world of trouble." With this lead, Xavier set his sights on the Ironborn, hoping they could provide more concrete details. His attempt to reach out to Bragg, an old acquaintance in the Ironborn, proved fruitless. The meeting was tense, fraught with unspoken warnings. "Bragg, I need information about the Circle of Flame." "I know you've got connections," Xavier said, trying to sound persuasive. Bragg's face hardened. "Xavier, you're treading dangerous waters. The Circle of Flame's dealings are not for the likes of you. Drop this before you get yourself into something you can't handle." Frustrated but undeterred, Xavier realized that further probing might lead to serious repercussions. He shifted his focus to preparing defenses and planning an ambush, knowing that the Circle of Flame had likely taken notice of his inquiries. His immediate priority was to alert Lord Skurlock, a significant ally who controlled crucial territory in Doskvol. Xavier sent a discreet signal, warning Skurlock of an impending attack. Despite the urgency, he was concerned that the message might not reach in time for full preparations. Simultaneously, Xavier began planning the ambush. He selected a strategic location near the border of Skurlock's territory, where the Circle of Flame operatives were expected to pass. The chosen site was concealed with vantage points for his team to observe and strike. As the Circle of Flame operatives neared the ambush site, their heightened awareness led them to spot some of Xavier's traps. Their scout, a sharp-eyed individual named Yarrick, saw the signs of an ambush and alerted his comrades. "There's something off here," Yarrick said, scanning the surroundings. "Tighten up the formation. We might be walking into a trap." Despite the increased caution, Xavier's ambush was a potent surprise. At his signal, alchemical explosives detonated with a deafening roar. The night was abruptly filled with the sounds of chaos and confusion. The operatives, disoriented by the explosions, struggled to mount an effective defense. Xavier, clad in fire-resistant gear, led the charge, his eyes fixed on the operatives wielding the fire weapon. "Focus on the ones with the weapon," he shouted to his team. "We need to disarm them before they can unleash their fury." The ciphers, following Xavier's orders, engaged the operatives in fierce close combat. The clash of blades, the crackle of gunfire, and the roar of flames filled the air. Amidst the chaos, Xavier's tactical prowess shone through as he directed his team, ensuring they minimized casualties while inflicting significant damage. The battle was brutal and intense. One of the ciphers, a young man named Elias, was injured in the skirmish. As he staggered, bloodied, his comrades rushed to help him. "Get him to safety," Xavier ordered, watching as Elias was carefully pulled from the fray. Despite their efforts, one of the Circle of Flame operatives was killed, caught in one of Xavier's alchemical explosives. The night's chaos continued to reverberate through the streets, with the sounds of combat fading as the ambush reached its conclusion. With the immediate threat neutralized, Xavier and the ciphers assessed the aftermath. The streets, now scarred by the conflict, were a stark reminder of the night's violence. They tended to the wounded and mourned the fallen. The confrontation had made waves in the city, and news of the ambush quickly spread. As they lay low to avoid further detection by the Imperial Police, Xavier and his team spread misinformation and bribed officials to deflect attention. However, rumors about their involvement persisted, and the heat remained, albeit reduced. Xavier also delved into studying the mysterious substance used by the Circle of Flame. Gathering samples and consulting experts, he began to analyze the substance's properties. His research yielded promising insights into its nature and potential weaknesses, though the study required more time and resources to fully comprehend and counter. The ambush had a significant impact on Doskvol's power dynamics. The Circle of Flame, once a dominant force, now faced internal strife and diminished influence. Meanwhile, Xavier and the ciphers gained respect and attention from various factions. Lord Skurlock, impressed by Xavier's bravery, considered an alliance, seeing potential allies in the ciphers. The Dimmer sisters, ever watchful, viewed them as potential assets or threats. The Imperial Police, wary of growing unrest, increased their surveillance, recognizing Xavier and his allies as significant players in the city's shifting landscape. As Xavier navigated the changing landscape of Doskvol, his actions reshaped the power dynamics, setting the stage for new adventures and conflicts. The darkness of Doskvol remained, but Xavier's resolve and strategic acumen offered a glimmer of hope amidst the shadows. With the city's future uncertain and his reputation growing, Xavier faced a new chapter in his journey, filled with challenges and opportunities yet to unfold.